If you want to be like
101 TKO Radio. Good morning. It's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. We are back in the building with the Women Are Dope morning show. Put your hands together. Hey y'all, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, I'm not gonna waste any time. I gotta tell y'all, my special guest just walked in the building. The one and only CEO, mom, entrepreneur, stunner woman, all of it and then some.
Stop it.
My voice of reason when it comes to my dieting and my new body that's currently underway.
Keep it going.
Put your hands together for Miss Dana, aka Tanisha Tracey by Sculpted by Tracey. And how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
How you feeling now that you're here?
Oh, I feel wonderful.
Really?
It's the place to be.
What was your first thought when you got here?
I'm home.
You home? Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I felt like I'm home. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Every time I come, I'll be like, I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back. And I literally get emotional every time.
Really?
And I feel like I'm home.
So now you feel like you are where you're supposed to be.
Where I'm exactly supposed to be.
Listen, without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself. For you guys who don't know, y'all saw my live yesterday with body contouring, but I'm going to let Dana introduce who she is so you guys have a better understanding as to what this lady does and why y'all should be booking with her. Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dana. I am the owner and CEO of Sculpted by Tracey. I am in the Roswell area, generally from Atlanta. I'm originally from Orlando, Florida. I've only been here a year. Yes.
No.
Well, I say by way of Miami.
Hey, there we go. 305.
I always got to put that in there.
Go ahead.
As I specialize in body contouring, post-op massages, teeth whitening, lip fillers. I have my holistic supplement line where I do colon cleansers, parasite cleanses, digestive enzymes, all natural. I also assist with teeth whitening.
Okay.
Taxes. Yes.
She'll do everything.
Woman empowerment.
Wow.
And also we do have another line that we're actually coming out with Golden Physique, which is our apparel line.
Ooh.
So get into that, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, get into that caption one time. So you are you're a serial entrepreneur. You do it all.
Girl.
And on top of that, you're a mom of
Yes, three. Yes. They keep me busy. And a dog.
What kind of dog is it?
Shih Tzu.
Lord, you got a house full.
Needy as hell.
Listen, well, I'm excited to talk to you about all that you do, all that you're bringing to the table. Atlanta welcomes you, but first, I'm going to go ahead and break you in.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You ready? Y'all, she told me she practiced these questions, so I'm going to give us some new ones.
Oh, I'm not ready.
You ready? Okay.
Can I say pineapples now?
You know what? See, Pineapple Community, shout you guys out. Okay, first question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, it's so funny because, and I always say it wrong. Israel, is it Israel Abba? Israel?
Who is that?
What do you mean? The guy from the Tyler Perry show that was in with the girls.
Idris?
I told you I always say it wrong.
Bruh, she said Israel.
I just know that he is the one.
People know they will mess up some names. Israel Acevedo. Whoa.
Hey, just like they did with the Queen Tifa. Okay,
That's true.
All right.
All right. So we'll take an Idris.
Okay, Idris.
All right. If you could have picked any other career outside of what you're doing now, what would it have been?
I actually wanted to be a psychologist.
Really?
Yes.
I can see that. Mm-hmm. When did you decide that you didn't want to be a psychologist?
When people kept telling me my food was good and they kept wanting me to cook. That's what I just rolled with that.
So that was your show. I'm going to go with that.
I'm just going to go with that.
Okay. All right. Third question.
Okay.
Third and a half question. Weirdest place you ever done it? I wish you could see her face. I didn't say what it was. I just
take
said
a pass on that. How they say in court? I plead.
She gonna plead the fifth. All right, we gonna give her that one. And the fatal question: what's your favorite position?
Oh, I wake up every morning loving this position. I wake up to it. CEO and
you
owner.
know what? She gonna cheat.
Yes.
Put your hands together for that one. She obviously came prepared. And this is no shade to everybody out there whose first answer has been from the back. Because mine gonna still be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Judge your mother.
And not myself.
You know what I'm saying? Not me. But listen, so I'm excited to have you in the studio. We got a lot of ground to cover.
Yes.
First things first. A lot of people have been hearing about body contouring, shaping. A lot of, women are starting that. In your eyes, how do you define body contouring and body sculpting?
I would say body contouring is what it is, the structure of your body, right? So when I say Sculpted by Tracey, Beauty Within, truly is beauty within. Let's go to what the problem areas are. You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not a nurse, anything like that.
Licensed physician.
No, that's my disclaimer, y'all. Look at my websites on that.
Right.
But let's trigger those points, especially as women. Let's target those. Like, you know, the bloating, you know what I'm saying, the cramps, like all these other things that can allow your body to not be able to function and do the things that it needs to do. So that's why I came up with the holistic line, which helps to digress all of those issues, target them, so that way you can see the results that you're wanting.
Okay.
So if you're having bloating and you're doing body contouring, how are you really getting that stomach down, sis?
That's true. That's
If
true.
you're backed up, how are you really getting that stomach down, sis? You can't eat steak every day. So I have to talk about your wellness, your
That's
well-being,
true.
what you putting in your mouth. That's one of the first things that I asked you in the
What you put in
conversation.
your mouth?
We're talking about food.
I'm
here,
sorry.
honey.
I'm sorry. My bad. It's early. My bad.
What are you talking about?
I'm cutting up. Okay, what you put in your mouth, the food. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's the biggest thing there. So once you actually capture those dynamics, then we can actually go ahead and work on those other things. So it's inward and outward.
Okay. So how did you first get interested in the body contouring sculpting? How did you know that that's what you want to do? You got to be gifted to do that, honestly.
You do. You do. I would say that right now it is a booming business right now, especially with everyone getting surgery, running to Dominican Republic,
Yes.
Miami, and everywhere else. But the thing is that as you're following along with business society and the things that are happening, you see where you can find your element. So coming here to Atlanta, I really wanted to just cook. I have a passion for food, right? And I cook in every different capacity and area. So I said, well, how can I go ahead and implement that into something else?
Okay.
So it's kind of like a trade-off.
Okay.
Well, let me go ahead and work on body contouring, and then I can go ahead and implement the food. So now I'm implementing the meal prep services along with that, because it goes hand in hand with the supplements and everything else. So we can target those three dynamic areas, and then again, golden physique. If we go ahead and put that fitness in there, then we can go ahead and get the full parameters. So if you're looking for non-invasive services, you don't have the funds, you can definitely go ahead and use this as an alternative.
So what do you think about people that say, well, I don't think it lasts? Now, I know my answer, and I know the answer I think you're going to say, but what do you say to them?
Well, it's the same thing like anything else. You can go get surgery, ain't gonna last either, sis.
If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
You got to keep up with that maintenance. You ain't go ahead and drop that bag for no reason. So you have to make sure, you know what I'm saying, it goes down again. You can't be eating steak every night. You can't be having pork chops. You can't be, you know, for those eating hot sausages and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that and expect to see the results that you want. You know what I'm saying? And even as we age as women, at some time we stunt a growth. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to our weight and everything else. And then we have a busy life. We're mothers. We're sisters. We're, you know. Number one. Hold on here, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. We got to do what we got to do as women. So the thing is that once you go ahead and keep with the upkeep for the maintenance part of it, it'll be like anything else. It'll be flowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like anything else. You just got to keep your body up.
The thing is, it's discipline.
Say that
Consistency
again.
and discipline.
It is.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that most of the reasons why we gain this weight and can't lose it is really because of our discipline and our consistency? Because it's really about your lifestyle.
It's mostly just, if you think about our community as Black people in general, we are the most community that are vulgar when it comes to excessiveness, when it comes to money, when it comes to eating, when it comes to habits, when it comes to living. You know what I'm saying? And even the mindset that we have sometimes is poverty mindset, because instead of taking the jewels and the clothes and all these other things, let's put it more into investing. So I think we're growing more as a community and as a culture, but we still have a way to go.
Absolutely.
So we implement that back into our eating habits
and
health and wellness and fitness, because if we take that opportunity to focus more on those parameters, then guess what? Our men will live longer. Our women, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, our women will be more healthy, so they can be there for, you know what I'm saying, the family and the upkeep and everything else. Because even though the men is a household, guess what? It's the woman that rule everything, y'all.
Facts.
So women are dope.
Boy, you better plug that thing.
We are for a reason. So it has to go back to the core. Let's take care of ourselves before we take care of others.
Hello, church. Hello, somebody. She came in.
Where's the collection
morning.
Plate, guys?
Pass the collection plate, okay? Listen, well, I'm excited. There are a lot of different phases that come with body contouring. Out of all your services, which one, as of now, is your favorite thus far?
It would be the one that we did yesterday. So, of course, everybody is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we do treatments based on, case by case.
Okay.
So if we can implement the cavitation, which melts the fat down, and we go ahead and, do a little lymphatic massages in there to go ahead and open up those lymph nodes, and then also do the Colombian wind therapy, I say that's the best technique in regards to I say best because it's the quickest.
Okay.
In order to get the results that you need. Now, of course, with that, it's following the program as well. I give simple instructions. Of course, it's up to you as a person.
She
I'm
does.
here. I'm here as a coach.
Yeah.
I'll text you.
She will.
I'll call you.
She did.
I said, hey. I'm telling
She
you.
hit me
What I
up.
say? Did you take your enzymes?
Did you take your enzymes? Did you eat?
Right, because I'm going to know if you bloated when you came in. I'm going to know if you're off track.
You know what? And I got to stop you right there. I appreciate that you do that because, like I said, I know a lot of women that do it. And it's no shade, but the fact that you follow up on your work, like you care about how your clients look when they're leaving your office. You have to be like, hey, what you looking like on that end? So I had to say I appreciate that. I felt really cared for about my healthy eating habits.
It's my pleasure because the thing is that anything that I do in any capacity I'm in, I put my heart, my soul, and my passion. If my name is on it, it has to be A1.
Facts.
It has to be.
Facts.
So the thing is that I'm not here to take anybody's money. I'm here to help you grow in life.
Ooh.
That's where that empowerment piece come in. Yeah.
Listen.
I'm here for you, sis.
Listen, yo, women
all the way.
I got some real powerful women coming to you. When we come back, we're going to talk some more today about Sculpted by Tracey and why you need to sculpt your mind. Wait a minute. Sculpt your body, your mind, and your soul.
Well, the mind is the important piece, too, so go ahead.
Hello, somebody. Give me some head.
I'm good.
Hilarious, y'all. 101 TK Radio. We are back in the building. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. The Women Are Dope Morning Show. I don't get no clap.
You get a yeah.
Yay. Listen, so before we go further, I gotta do my national holidays of the day today. And I gotta celebrate them with you. So today is National Sober Day.
Wow, look at that.
Ain't that crazy?
Look at God.
Look at God. I guess I'm gonna have to be. Nelly drinks water. I'm gonna sip my tea. We gonna drink our water. Praise God. Mm-hmm. Today is also National Live Creative Day. What is the most creative dish that you think you've ever made?
Ooh, let me see. I think it's just the preparation. Well, you know what? I actually made something the other day, and it was very simple. I did a pineapple bowl.
I love now. I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, and I was showing you yesterday how you can be creative and just do what you need to do and get it done. So I made a pineapple bowl, and I didn't have any more of the yellow seasoning. And usually I would switch it sometime and do turmeric because turmeric is good for inflammation, right?
Okay.
So I was like, well, let me do curry powder. Why not?
Okay.
So I do jasmine rice, and then I put some curry. Like I didn't overpower, but I did curry powder. And then what I did was I put my little seasons in there, and then I put peppers and stuff. And you know what? It was bomb.
That sounds really, really good.
It was bomb.
I know that's right. If y'all looking for that picture, it is on Instagram of the pineapple bowl. So shout out there. Today is also National Cream Filled Donut Day. Are you a donut person?
I am, but I had to scale back.
What's your favorite donut type?
I like the jelly one.
Really?
Yeah. I like the jelly one.
I was gonna say something terrible, but I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
The Boston cream is all right too.
So you like?
I like donuts. That's what I said. I said I like donuts.
I'm trying to Nelly. So the jelly filled ones is the one that stuff to squirt in your mouth.
Correct.
Okay. Today is also National. Something wrong with me. Today is actually National Rose of Tequila Day. What's your favorite type of liquor?
I'm a brown girl.
Really?
Yes.
Don't tell me you like Hennessy.
I like Hennessy. I like Douce.
You crazy?
No. I don't fight now. I'm chill. I be live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So little Hennessy.
Yeah, I like Douce.
What about Jack Daniels?
Nah, I don't do the Jack now.
Okay. No Jack?
No, I do Red Label.
Okay. Red Label. Okay. All right.
It's smooth.
What about Remy? 1738.
Yeah, I do Remy.
Okay,
every now and again.
A little Fetty Wap juice going on there. Okay. And last but not least, today is National Coloring Day. When's the last time you colored?
Actually, I was going to do it this morning.
Ain't that crazy? Coloring is actually very therapeutic.
You know, my daughter loves to... Well, I was talking about coloring hair. She's talking about a different type of color.
My bad.
I was finna go red for the fall, y'all.
For
red,
real?
yes.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
So I need a red one.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
You gotta switch it up every now and again. Be creative. That's that creative.
Do I have to? But here's a question: if you got a hair on your head, do you?
Would not recommend.
Do you dye every other hairy part of your body?
Jesus.
Now listen, listen, I ain't finna milk y'all. Let's get back to the topic at hand. I'm sitting here with CEO Dana, my girl Tanisha Tracey, if you will, of Sculpted by Tracey. Put your hands together. You know. So we were over the break. I got tears in my eyes. I'm laughing already.
It's a room full of Tauruses,
It's a room full of Tauruses. Like,
it's live like prime time, baby.
Prime time. Showstopper. Listen, and shout out to everybody watching my live. Y'all the real MVPs. Anyway, so let's talk about this whole body sculpting thing.
Yes.
So meal prep is also a part of it as well. So before we go further, can you tell me all of the services inside of the body contouring spectrum that you provide? From the booty facials, like...
Oh, yes. Okay, so let me run it down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting old. So, all right, so we just have the regular cavitation. We have skin tightening, which you can do pretty much any type of your body. You can do your arms, legs, you can do your butt area. If you have cellulite there, you can do your legs, you can do your chin, you can do your face, you can do your forehead. For older women that have wrinkles.
Okay.
I do the booty service. That's what you want to get to. I do booty enhancements, y'all.
Nelly, what you smiling for?
Call me Dr. Tracey at a booty.
I'm telling you.
So with that, you can do the booty vacuum, which helps to plump up, and when I say enhance, that's a better word.
Okay.
Enhance the derriere area or the
Okay.
hip area.
Wow.
Also with that, I do booty facials, which is somewhat like a Regular facial.
Now, can men and women get booty facials?
They can.
Would it be awkward to do a man's booty?
I have not had that yet, so it would
Well,
be
it's
a little-
Atlanta. Stay tuned.
Well, money is green, so yeah.
I'm just saying, money is green, credit is clear. All right, okay.
Right.
What else you got on the line?
Also, with that, I do cellulite reduction.
Okay. Okay.
And then I also do like the lip fillers and so of that scope.
Okay.
So
So you got a whole list of just
a whole bunch of shebang.
So when you first got into body contouring, your first client, how did you feel after providing that service for them? Because we always talk about the side of the spectrum from how
Yes.
we feel getting the service done, but how did you feel having done that service for someone?
Oh, I felt great because now I'm a part of something.
Okay.
I'm coming into your life and I'm coming in to help you. And I love helping people.
Yes.
It's a passion for me.
Right.
So to know that you're coming to me for help and you're like, hey, this is my issue. This is my problem. I've been dealing with this. I need your help. I'm
Right.
like, okay, let me be Zorro.
And come in and swoop and say today.
Right, and save a day and help you. And it was a magical feeling. And I love what I do. I love helping women. I love helping people. And that's what I'm here for.
Wow. Okay, so with body contouring, can you give us like a brief just description of how that actually works? Because a lot of people, they're not really sure what it does. Now, you told me the purpose of the lymphatic system and the breaking down fat cells, but can you just kind of walk us through what actually happens within the body when you're doing those things?
Yeah, so when you're using cavitation, what happens is you're using ultrasonic waves that actually breaks down, or should I say bursts ultrasonic waves to actually break down the fat cells.
Okay.
And what that does is it actually, as you're massaging, you're going through your whole process, it goes down your lymphatic drains, and then initially you will urinate that.
Okay.
And you'll urinate that by compression and then also drinking plenty of water. Hindrances with that is going to be, for one, alcohol beverages, smoking, and then also just not compressing.
Not compressing.
So you want to be able to compress that area, in a fair way. I say, just, do your best, do it in increments. And then from there, it'll pass out. So as you continue to do your sessions and you continue to keep up with yourself and maintenance in every area, then you'll be able to see those changes that you want.
Okay, so for those out there, let me give y'all the layman's term. So basically what she said is she targets the lymphatic system, which is like the lower stomach part. And with the ultrasound rays, you target the fat cells. Those rays break those fat cells down. And because your body is being compressed, the water, you drink that and it pushes those fatty cells and those things out of your body.
Correct.
Now, how does this, I'm not trying to be, how does the smoking part affect that? Because somebody may say, well, I understand the drinking, but not the smoking. How does the smoking affect the actual cap? Like what's the damages of doing that after you've had that done?
Well, when you think about smoking as a whole, smoking actually closes your blood vessels. So when you do that, then it prevents the oxygen from coming into your body. So you want to think about those type of parameters. So that's why smoking is, for those that do smoke, I just ask them to stray away. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to take you off your regimen because people smoke for different reasons, right?
Yeah.
So you scale back, or if you can just not do it, just don't do it during the service because it'll just be a slower process, basically.
Right. And it pretty much be a waste of time because so basically you're pulling all these things out of your body,
Toxins and everything else.
and it's like real time. What you put back in, it's going in directly because it's a pretty much straight cut process.
Right. Because even as we were doing your session yesterday, you were like, "Oh, I'm so bloated."
Yeah.
And then even when we got midway, you're like, "I can feel a difference."
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of girls come up maybe like 2-3 times off the table just to go use the restroom because it's just working just like that.
Wow. And the thing is, when you say urinate, it's not that it's a heavy like not go.
Nope.
But I can tell my body is like
Draining, basically.
Yeah. So even let's talk about you doing the body contouring because I know I had like years ago somebody tried it on me. One of the things that I want to point out that you did is when the person's on the table, you turn their body.
Yes.
Tell me the technique about that because all the videos that we see, I honestly have never seen anyone that has done the procedure and will actually turn your body on the table. So tell me the logic behind that and tell us the importance of just how your techniques affect your services.
Well, the thing is, if you want to think about the body as a whole, your different areas, you have different pockets of fat. Saying different areas where your body is not aligned the same, right? You might have one side that's like women that's boobs. You have one that's bigger than the other one, So what that does is it helps to basically target those particular areas and making sure that as we're doing like Colombian wood therapy, that we're actually getting the fat from that area and making sure that it's just
going through.
Yep, it's going through.
So with the Colombian wood therapy, talk to me about that because people don't understand how effective that can actually be.
You know what? You can just do that by itself if you're not wanting to do any of the radiation of the, any of the the machines or anything of that sort. And what that does is it still targets that fat area. Of course, it's a little bit more aggressive. So you're going to have, you're going to have a little bit of the bruising, you know.
How is it that the wood? So it's like you're really sculpting the skin? Like
it's the ridges and everything. Yep. So different tools do different things. So we have more that we're going to go over as we, you know, transition more into your treatment area. But it just helps to kind of bring it all together. You're moving it. You're literally just taking, it's like you're taking your hand and you're just kind of like.
And moving that down.
Yeah, just moving it down, but it's more aggressively.
Wow. And it's the real deal, y'all, because it hasn't even been a full 24 hours. And this morning I put on she put on my waist trainer because I wanted to feel special. And I already can notice a slimmer difference.
Right. And we were on the second one and now we're on the third one. And I'm sure by the end of the day or tomorrow, you probably could just go down the size.
Are you serious?
Yep.
You know, it amazes me how much bloating can really distort the body. Can you just talk to us about, you know, bloating and how much we can tend to kind of start living with bloating and think that it's a part of our body, but that ain't even the case. So, you know, how often do you see people just bloated but actually think that that's how their body is when they're really just bloated?
Right. So one thing that we were talking about yesterday when we were talking about like your dietary and the things that you eat, like one thing that you were saying is you love Spanish food,
I do.
But beans is your go-to.
Yes.
And of course, certain beans do certain things, but you love black beans. And the same thing happens to me when I do black beans. So I know I have to scale back. So I'm a representative of that. So I said, okay, well, let's scale that back for the black beans. Because what happens is that black beans just have you to just open up big, you know what I'm saying? And you'll just think like, oh man, my stomach is just puffy today. Or, you know, you just think that's your stomach or whatever the case may be. And it's not, it's just filled with air.
So bloating is really just air? So you mean to tell me, and I'm not trying to sound, you know, but somebody out there may really want to know this. Bloating is really just holding on to air in your system. Yeah. That's just not moving. And gas is just not allowing it to.
And what happens is that like when you took those enzymes yesterday, you just started to burp.
Yeah.
You know, you'll start to fart, all these things. Because now what happens?
My bad.
And then again, so if you're coming in with those problems, right, it's targeting those areas that are issues so we can work on other things. What happens is we deflate that area and now we can transition. Yeah. So what will happen is that now you're breaking down that food properly. Ooh. And we're doing it in a healthy way because there are no fillers with that, with the Ease Me Baby. There are nothing, you know, it's vegan free. Everything that's in there, you know, like it composites to your body to make sure that it filters out correctly.
So let's talk about the combination of digestive enzymes with, you know, laser lipocavitation. How important is it? Well, what are digestive enzymes for those who may not know?
So digestive enzymes are particular enzymes that go into your body. And what happens is a lot of patients, like, because I used to work in pharmacy. So my background is actually 13 years of pharmaceuticals.
That's why I trust her.
I've been in the healthcare field, so I know something about medicine. So when I used to work with cystic fibrosis patients, what happens is that it helps to break down your food.
Okay.
So every meal, I suggested that you take at least, well, depending on what you're eating, you know, again, I'm not a doctor, but based on the discretion, you can take as little or more. And what happens is that it helps, like if you're eating red meat, it helps to just break it down and process faster. Because what happens is when you eat red meat, it stays there for a while. Yeah. And then that's what helps with the bloating. That's what helps you feeling heavy and everything else. So it just kind of filters that process to just make sure that it's more flow and it's quicker. Okay. So when you're doing that, and even with the body contouring, you'll be able to see those results and more effectively.
Yeah. So it's like giving your body an extra boost to do what it's naturally designed to do.
Exactly.
So let's break this down.
Like, let me give you some help.
Yeah, like for real, let me boost. So we're taking away the bloating. We're moving the fat cells out of the way. We're getting down to the areas that, you know,
we're eating healthy.
We're eating healthy, and then we're feeding our natural body so it can go back to doing what it's supposed to do naturally. Right. And then because we're cleaning our body out, we're now more aware of what's going into our body.
So what happens is now that you're aligning your body in the structure the way that it's supposed to be.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why it's like when you're doing all these things, you're better to sleep better. You know what I'm saying? You feel better. You're in a better mood. Yes. You're not way down. You're not aggravated. You know, all those things are a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Of what we eat. You know, sometimes, of course, we want to indulge, right? Yeah, which is fine.
Absolutely.
But we have to do it in moderation, and we have to self-check ourselves. I'm telling y'all, I have to do it to myself too, because I'm a big eater, but I have to know when I have to scale back. Yeah. I have to know when I need to do better. When I'm doing too much, you know? And with those things is it helps you to not only for your body, but it helps for your mental as well.
Mental too.
And that's what happened with me. I had to be in a position where I had to reconstruct some things. And that's another reason why I actually came out with this line, because I was foggy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was going through some things, you know, mentally where I had to make those changes, and I had to, you know, overcome those barriers. So how can I not only help myself but help others, and then, you know, in conjunction where it's perfect to do it towards body contouring.
See, and another thing I like is you don't just tell us and tell your clients to just stop eating this. Like, you don't do this cold turkey thing, and I feel like that's honestly it's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You actually look at our lifestyle and say, look, I'm gonna ask you to scale back on this, and then and it's a mental thing. So speaking of that, let's talk about the mental behind this scale back. So yesterday you told me I could not drink any liquor.
Right.
That what she said. Now
I did.
that what she said. Let me tell y'all what I had to do. So I had a liquor in my house, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it, because usually, you after a long day at work, you want to have a little drink. So I sat down and I poured a cup of liquor. I had a little rum punch, and then I had
Not the rum punch. She had a whole.
Look, I made the whole.
She had a whole
too.
mocktail going on.
No, it was a real cocktail.
Oh,
and I looked at it.
She said it's Taco Tuesday. Y'all.
I looked at it and I said, I heard your voice in the back of my head say, "I'ma know on Friday." I'ma know on Friday. I said, you know what? I don't know. I said, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm gonna try it. So I put my bottle of water next to it.
Okay.
And as I was, sitting there chilling or whatever, I'm cooking, I found myself picking up the water. So I had to psych myself out, and see the liquor and see myself choose the water for me to not want it. So indeed, is it safe to say there is psychology behind cutting back on those bad foods? Because I really feel like I didn't know if I felt like an addict last night or what. I was like, is something wrong with me? So have you ever had a situation where, you made a mocktail and you've seen it's affected you the same way?
Yeah,
like you've had to kind of psych yourself out just a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm a big eater too.
Yeah.
So what I have to do is I like sweets.
Okay.
So what I had to do is at one point I had to take all the sweets out. I'm talking about the kids couldn't even have any.
You took them out the house?
Yes, I had to take them out the house, and then what I did was I substituted.
Okay.
So I didn't refrain from it.
So what'd you substitute for?
Fruits.
Really?
I'll do like bananas, grapes, strawberries.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to do that. Pineapple.
So when you just had a craving, you just went for fruits.
Because the thing is that my taste buds want something sweet.
Yes.
It didn't say it wanted cake.
Yeah.
I told myself I wanted cake. My taste buds told me that I wanted something sweet.
Wow.
So what I did was, alternatively, I shift gears and say, okay, I'm going to give you something sweet.
But I'm going to give you what you need to have that's good
Right.
for your sweet.
Right.
That is a very big thing to stop and talk about right there, because the mind, when it comes to dieting and healthy, and I feel like for me personally at this point in my life, I can understand it so much more.
Right.
But we have so much more power over our minds and our diet than we think, because you just said, my body didn't say it wanted cake. I wanted something sweet.
Right.
That's a whole mindset shift.
The mind is a powerful thing.
Wow.
We can't waste it. We can't waste it.
I have to say there is something gifted about your services, because for years I have things that I've been trying to cut back on that in less than 24 hours, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm able to do it. So let's migrate over into the food, since we're talking about foods. Let's talk about the importance of meal prep. But first, what exactly is meal prep? Because I used to Google all the time and try to figure out what is meal prep and how do you do it. But before we do that, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, if you got questions for Miss Dana, a.k.a. CEO Sculpted by Tracey, give me a call, 678-439-7419, and ask us what you want to know about body contouring and meal prep when we come back. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Spitting off the top is a freestyle on 101 TKO radio. Spitting off the top. I just caught what he meant when he said that. Spitting on the top, that's a freestyle. Right. All right, listen, we back in the middle, my girl, Tanisha Tracey, a.k.a. I call her Dana if you're nasty. CEO of Sculpted by Tracey. Put your hands together one time. Let's do that thing.
Hey,
Listen, you all right?
I'm good.
You surviving? Because most people, when they get on air with me, they be feeling like they be getting a little shaky boots, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we good in the hood.
We good in the hood?
Yeah.
That's
I'm in
Taurus,
the A.
That's that Taurus energy. Y'all can tell she a Taurus.
Yeah.
You
I
hear
got big energy.
Big energy. Speaking of big energy, let's talk about big meal prep. Meal prep is bigger than ever these days.
Yes, it is.
Before I go any further, can you define what meal prep is? Because I see so many different things. So for the average person, what is meal prep?
Well, first of all, what you're doing is you're portioning your food.
Okay.
And you're allowing yourself to know, okay, what is it that I'm eating? Mm-hmm. It's allowing not only a visual, but also a breakdown.
Okay.
So normally with meal prep, you want to have your protein, you want to have your starch, and then you want to have some type of vegetable.
Okay.
So to speak. So what happens is that when you're doing your meal prepping, it's keeping you aligned. It's back to being disciplined. It's back to being consistent and all those things. And it's helping you be focused.
Okay.
So when I do my meal prep, and of course, when I'm dieting or scaling back, whatever the case may be, and it doesn't always have to be dieting, right? But I'm not over here eating macaroni and cheese, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. That one time.
Now we're going to talk about alternative.
Okay.
Pick and choose, right?
Right.
So say, okay, my biggest thing is I love rice. I love pasta.
I'm a rice lover.
So
Pasta.
what I had to do is, alternatively, I had to go into cauliflower rice. Now, cauliflower doesn't have any calories.
Okay.
So it doesn't really taste like anything either.
Okay.
So what I did was I'll take cauliflower rice and I'll put my little yellow and seeds, because I like Spanish food too.
Right.
And I'll jazz it up and I'll put like my peas and my carrots and I'll trick my mind, because it's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
And I'll allow on the plate, it looks like yellow rice on the side of my chicken.
And when you eat it, it's because it looks like
Right.
you're not even thinking about it.
And then you eat it so quick anyways. Who really knows?
Right. So let's talk about meal prep. Like, is there a specific way to meal prep, or how do you start meal prepping? Like,
So you want to go down to, you want to have your 6 ounces of meat. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You want to have your half a cup, or, whatever your goal is for your carbs. Because sometimes some people don't want to do carbs. They want to do all veggies. So you just figure out what kind of diet that you're trying to do, what type of foods that you're wanting, and kind of circle more into that.
okay,
So, for instance, we were talking about you love beans.
I love black beans.
So I said, okay, well, how about this? We love pasta. You like beans. I actually found that at Aldi's, no disclaimer, y'all need to pay me.
We love. Right?
Right. So what you can do is they have black bean pasta there. Yes.
Now that shocked me. Now, is it the pasta, the bow tie, or is it actual pasta?
It's actually pasta. It's thin pasta. It only cooks for like 3 minutes. And it tastes like fresh pasta. And then what you can do is indulge into that, because it's protein. It's beans.
Wow.
And then what I'll do is I'll drizzle like some olive oil. You can get some olive oil that has like the basil in there, the sun-dried tomato, that way it has some type of flavor, and you put your herbs in there, and then get you some shrimp, some chicken, whatever you want.
So you can make it like a little lightweight Alfredo or something. You can use that pasta.
Alfredo, you can do like a scampi, and you can indulge because it's beans, baby.
Is it black? Is the pasta black?
It is
That's
black.
Fly. That's fly though.
It does look crazy,
That's
but
kinda
it tastes
cool.
great.
Wow, and that's from Aldi's?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. As a single person, when I'm going to the store and I'm grocery shopping, I know for me, I struggle because I don't know what I'm going to want to eat 3 days from now. How does someone who is new to meal prep, how do we go or figure out how to go shopping so that we can meal prep? How do you break that down and decide I'm gonna need 3 chicken breasts, 3 thighs? How does that work?
Well, it goes back to when I do my consultation with my clients. I ask them, well, what does your dietary life looks like? What are some things that you like? So you pinpoint, you can either write it down and have a mental, however you want to do it. Figure out what are some things that I do like? What are some things that I'm going to change? What are things I'm going to scale back on? And you kind of go from there. So when I go and do my shopping, the first thing I do is I go to the produce area.
Okay.
Because if you go into the box area, if you go into the canned good area, then now you're falling into a trap.
Absolutely.
So you stay in the parameters, guys.
Okay.
Don't stay in the box.
Go where
Come
it's
out the
safe.
box.
Okay.
Go where it's safe.
Okay.
So when you get there, you can get all your greens, you get your veggies. you know what I'm saying, your sweet potatoes, your good starches. You want to get good fats like avocados and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then you circle in. So then you want to go ahead and get your meat. So either it's going to be chicken, either it's going to be fish, you know, fresh fish if you get frozen, whatever your budget concerned is. And you just work your way from there. So you can do anything on a budget.
Wow.
You just have to figure out what is it that you want and what is it that you want to do.
So
and you make it work.
So the key, and that's a good thing you said, like when you go in the grocery store, go to the produce section first.
Fill up on that.
And then plan kind of around and get your meat. And really, if you do that, you really don't kind of need nothing in between.
Right. So like if you like green beans or if you like I mean broccoli is something that you can kind of get frozen, but you can also get it fresh, and it's actually like not too much of a difference as far as price if you think about it.
Yeah.
So it's better for you because you don't have those preservatives, you don't have the extra sodium in there and all of that stuff. So you get that, and then you know you'll feel better about yourself because it's more fresher.
Right.
Now, if you can't do that all the time, then you know you have to work with what you have. You know. But then again, like I said, you just have to work in the parameters for your budget and what's best for you. So if you're gonna do green beans and if you're gonna get something canned, y'all don't put ham hocks in there. Don't put turkey neck bones in there.
Not even turkey necks?
No, because you know what I did? I'm Jamaican background.
Okay.
But I fell into some, you know, American cuisines. So collard greens was like a culture shock to me. Like, what is that?
Oh, wow.
So what I did was I started implementing kale instead of collards.
Now, how that taste?
I see your face. I can make my kale taste like greens, baby. And I won't put the neck bones in there, but I'll switch it for the smoked turkey wings. Stop it, I say. Yeah.
Good God.
Or what I could do if you want a little bit more fancy and jazz it up, I can cook it down to some chicken stock, low sodium chicken stock. I'll put some sun-dried tomatoes in there. Yeah, a little lemon in there, little onions and different things in there. Yeah. And cook it down.
Now, wait a minute. I got so many questions. My mind is like blown. And she said the turkey wings too, and I love me a good turkey wings. Yeah. So my thing is this: once you've gotten the food right, how does it work as far as how do you know how much a section off? Do you need to buy the containers? Like, how the heck do you do it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you're starting out, it probably is best to go ahead and do the containers because there's only so much room you can put into the food.
So do you cook one meal and then?
No, I can't. No, because you don't want to get bored too.
Okay.
So what happens is, let's start with 2.
Okay.
So say we're doing a 5-day meal prep, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you're just doing maybe just lunch.
Okay.
You know, so then you can have 2 days of one meal, 3 days of another meal, or you can have one day where you're incorporating a little bit of everything together, right? Okay. So say you're doing like a chicken and you're doing a fish. So you're doing like a chicken breast and you're doing salmon, right?
Okay.
And then you're having your sides. So you're going to do whatever veggie you want. So if you want to do carrots and broccoli with one, and then you can do green beans with the other one, or you can do the kale with the other one, however you choose to do it. And then what you do is you get your starch. So you want to do a sweet potato. So either you're going to roast sweet potato, you're going to mash a sweet potato, or you're going to or you're going to just leave it whole, you know, so just figure out what you want to do with that. And then the other thing is that if you're going to do rice. So if you can't scale back for rice, just do a little bit of rice, baby. That's it.
It's no wrong
you know
with
what I'm
that.
saying? And then fill more on the veggies. So that way you're not having all those carbs in there and you're doing something better for your body.
So are you cooking? So you're cooking 2 meals at the same time?
Yeah.
And then once they're done, do you decide on Monday I want to eat chicken, Tuesday I want to eat salmon?
Yeah, you just feel like what you want to eat for that day, and you just pick and choose whichever you want because it's already made for the days. Now, like say for instance, now you have a day where you might have extra, right? So this is what I did yesterday. I did like a little, I don't want to say hibachi, but you put everything together. So guess what? Now you got chicken and you got salmon.
Now you got salmon.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can make your little stir fry. That's what I did.
So really, as a single person, meal prep is probably one of the best things we can do because I know me being home myself, I waste a lot of food because it's just me. But if I'm meal prepping, I'm preparing my days,
right? You
know, and I'm sectioning it out, and that's that.
Right. So another thing I do is I freeze it.
Okay.
So that way you're not dealing with that food that's just staying in the fridge for like 3-4 days.
That's true.
You know, you freeze it, and then when you freeze it, airtight container, you go back to it. Yeah, it's good. It's perfectly fine.
So you know what, meal prep, when I've seen it, it seems so intense. But now that you're breaking it down in a manageable term, then it makes a whole lot more sense. So would you say that people's perspective overall on just health and wellness is a little bit jacked up because I think maybe social media has made us think that it's harder than it actually is?
I think what it is the society that we're lazy.
Okay.
We're getting lazy with the pandemic and COVID and everything. America, number one, is lazy compared to all the
Period.
other countries.
Yeah.
If you look at China, they are not set up that way.
Yeah,
they are
put
like
effort into
machines
it.
over there, you know, and that's why we are dealing with more of the obesity and everything else. So that's why we have to implement, you know what I'm saying, our health, our wellness, our fitness, and all these other things, right?
Okay.
And it comes back to being disciplined and being mindful, being conscious of these things. When you're self-conscious, then you're more aware.
Yeah.
So the thing is that when you set those dynamics on, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and meal prep and have a mindset of this is what I'm gonna stick to, or I'm gonna do my very best. You know it's there. Let me tell you something, because we are lazy as people, and we are going here, going there,
And used to things,
right, in and out. You know, it's easier to actually grab that meal prep,
Yeah, it is.
than to actually just go and say, you know, I'm going to go cook something because you know something is there. Now it's going to be up to you if you want to choose to eat that or not.
That's true.
That's just like the alcohol you were talking about
Absolutely,
yesterday.
yeah.
You had the water and you
then
had the liquor.
alcohol- Right.
Right. So
You
now it's
gotta
a choice.
choose, yeah.
Choose this day, which day you gonna serve.
Hello, that part right there. Listen,
Right?
well, we gonna serve y'all some more tea and talk about this woman empowerment and how being Sculpted by Tracey can change, once again, your mind, your body, and your soul right here on 101 TKO Radio. And don't forget, you can call in live, 678-439-7419. If you have any questions or any concerns, or you just want to talk to Tracey and tell her, look, I need some help, call us now. Let's go.
You got you.
Okay, so I 101 TK already interrupting your airwaves as per usual. But I just be coming in like
She just do what she wants.
I just do whatever I want. Like let my personalities do it. I be like, did you interrupt the song? No, I'm playing. But put your hands together. We are still in the middle, my girl Dana, CEO of Sculpted by Tracey. We are having a phenomenal conversation. So we just finished, we were talking about meal prep, and then even just your budget and how to do that. How many people would you say or you think are intimidated by meal prep? Or what percentage of people do you think are intimidated by meal prep just because they don't understand what it is?
I would say it's a huge number, maybe about like 80%.
I was in that 80.
Yeah, about 80% is you got the 20% that's serious. And even within that 20% spectrum, you probably still only got like 15% that's like consistent.
Yeah.
And the 5% is actually a lifestyle.
That's true.
Yeah.
And see what I'm finding, when your whole program is about lifestyle. And so I'm guessing that's where the empowerment comes in because I know for me, I used to be like real big on, I don't like to say empowerment because of all the people, but it's a pleasure and it's a joy to meet women like you that actually really do empower. So can you talk to me about how the empowering comes in when it comes to Sculpted by Tracey, the meal prep, the clothing line? How does that intertwine with everything that you're doing?
It's all about the passion. You got to have the passion and the drive. Your first love has to be for the people and the needs, catering to the needs of the people, seeing where the problem is and wanting to be that help. Because if you want to just sit on the sideline and just let everything just go past you,
this
then
ain't for you.
It's not for you. It's not for you. I see a lot of, and not to shame anyone, anything like that, because I'm a team player for any capacity, right? I'm going to cheer you on.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. That's where empowerment as well. It's being a team player. Sis, you know what? You might not be doing everything, but you're doing some things right. I'm going to point out the positive first and not just your negative. Your negative is where I come in to say, let me just help you.
That part.
Right? I'm not going to down you. I'm going to help you. So now you have this area where there's a breakage. Now let me be the part that comes and mend that. Let me be the filler of that. Let me inform you. Let me empower you. Let me educate you. Let me give you the tools and resources that you need. And I think with Sculpted by Tracey and also when you configure Golden Physique, it's a perfect duo.
It's a perfect fit.
Yeah, because not only you're doing I say mechanicals, but non-surgical procedure, right? But also with that, you're implementing the fitness portion of it. So you have the food, you have the attire with the apparel, and check out Golden Physique, y'all. Our apparel line is fire.
Okay, I'm ready for my little stuff.
Fire.
Hello.
But also you do the enzymes, you do the Ease Me Baby, you do all of that good stuff, and you tie all that in, and guess what? Now you have the perfect system.
You've just changed your whole lifestyle.
Yeah,
you've done that 180 you've been trying to do.
Right.
Not 360 for y'all to be talking about 360. 360 will put you back where you started.
Put you back where you started.
Don't know why folks
I hate when they say that.
I did a whole 360.
You just went back to where you were.
Period. So like I know for me, health and wellness right now are very important for me because I just got out of a crazy situation, dating wise. I'm doing a lot of shedding and trimming fat in my life, in my business, and so I feel like this timing is everything. So what would you say really happens after you really start to detox your body just on a mental and spiritual level? Because some people think, it starts, with the body first, but it's kind of, those kind of go hand in hand.
It does. So what happens is that you're not only you're filtering your heart, right? But now you're triggering your mind.
Wow.
You ever see that picture with a mind and with a brain and with the heart, like they're walking, they're going hand in hand, like, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Wow.
So you're detoxing your body, you're cleansing your body, you know what I'm saying? And you're preparing yourself for something that's going to be great. Like, you know what? Let's get on the same team, because what happens is you're clashing with each other. You're fighting with your heart and your mind, especially when you get out of a toxic relationship. You feel scatterbrained. You feel everywhere. You don't want to do nothing. So now you want to get to a place when you're settled, you're done crying and doing all of that stuff. So you're like, you know what? Let me do something great with myself. So when you eat better, you sleep better, you think better. You ever see somebody that get out of a bad relationship and they catapult on you?
Yes.
You be like, how they did that?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your heart and your mind just talk to each other. Let's get together. Let's do something great.
Wow.
Let's not clash with each other anymore. So that's what happens when it comes to wellness and fitness and health and everything. You get off track, but in your mind saying, hey, let's do it. Right. Because see, that's what happens when you have pain in your body, when you're feeling stuck, whatever the case may be. It's like, hey, It's an alert. Hey, let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. Yeah. So when you do everything full spectrum and full circle, then that's when you feel better about yourself.
Wow. So talk to me about Dana underneath all the layers. You have an amazing story, and I ain't gonna give it all to y'all because I'm gonna let her. But what do you like when all of the lights are off, when the kids are asleep, when babe is asleep? What's going through your mind?
Peace.
How do you describe peace?
Peace to me is the stillness and quietness of knowing that even with the things that I can't change, even with the things that I can't do, knowing that it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And that's where my faith comes in. That's where my trust in God comes in. You know, that's a point in time where I'm not mommy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not his lady. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, CEO. I take all the hats off. And now I deal with Dana. You know, and sometimes that's the hardest part that we have to deal with.
And we'll put things on top of ourselves to make us not even get to that base.
Right. So now when you take off all these layers and you're dealing with the inner core, now you're open. And that's why sometimes when you're open like that, you feel the most pain. But now you see where the problem area is. Yeah.
Let me just put a pause right there. Can you tell me the power of getting rid of those problem areas? Because like even in dieting, sometimes I feel like we're overwhelmed because we see all the problem areas, but you got to deal with get things out of the way, one thing at a time. How important is it for us to get the things that we don't need in our life out of our lives when it comes to our health and our wellness?
Well, you have to prioritize. That's number one. So what is the biggest hindrance I have right now? You know, is it myself? Is it people? Is it things that I'm listening to? Is it things that I'm doing? Is it place that I'm going? You know what I'm saying? Am I overdoing? Like, you have to figure out what is the core. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you feel like you don't know what the core is and you're in a dark place, you have to kind of wheel your way. You have to kind of I want to say, like, you know how animal buries into the ground? You have to kind of go deep within yourself, and you have to say, okay, well, this is happening, that is happening, this is happening. So let me see what I have to eliminate. You know, sometimes I have to back away from social media. Because you have to clear out the noise. You know, when you clear out the noise, then you can have a sounder mind. I didn't say sound mind. I said sounder mind.
So you can get to that place.
So you can get to that place. You know what I'm saying? Because the echo sounds very far right now. You know, but when you cancel out these other things, now you can see your direction. You can see your path a little bit more. You can hear it. You know, that's when you go deep inside yourself. So it's the same thing I'm telling you, all of this about fitness, health, and you have to deal with self.
You got to deal with yourself.
You have to deal with self. And I've been in that place. I've been in that spectrum when I was in the room locked up, even with my kids being there and even my family, and saying, you know what, I don't want to deal with anybody right now. I had to deal with Dana.
I think
had to get
right there,
Dana together.
That's a whole word right there, because I've really been kind of going through that myself. Like, let me cut everything off. Let me just deal with Chelsea so I can hear my thoughts. And like I was telling Nelly this morning, this is probably the best that I have felt, the most confident I felt, the most grounded. I'm getting better sleep. My head is clear when I'm making decisions. Like, you know how they show the Matrix, the dude, how he's like, he's dodging bullets. I see myself doing it, but
you feel stronger.
I feel stronger. Because I feel like I'm for one, I'm taking back over my body.
You're not making emotional decisions.
I'm not making emotional decisions because I'm not in a weird place. Like, my body is okay. So, you know, for people out there that don't understand the importance of picking the right person to do your sculpting body, your sculpting services, how important it is to make sure that the people you're allowing to touch your body are aligned with your purpose.
I was going to say that you have to make sure that their hands are clean.
Come on.
And when I say clean hands, I ain't talking about going to the restroom using antibacterial. I'm saying, what is it that they're doing? What is it that they're around? What is it that they're listening to? What is their heart saying? What I always do is I listen to the sound of people.
That's me.
When I speak to them, I don't listen to the words. I'm listening to the sound.
I'm hearing.
Yes. I'm trying to see, for one, what you're saying is, do I hear the anointing?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Am I discerning the trueness and the realness, or is this a fake or a fraud? Ooh. You have to discern. You have to know. You can't always go for the fluff now.
You cannot.
No.
You can't.
No.
And I think people don't understand how real it is to hear that tone.
Let me tell you something. Out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart, the mouth speaks. That's scripture.
So whatever people are saying, that's how you feel in
that's
your heart.
That's how you feel in your heart. Oh, you just been waiting to say that.
You've been waiting to say that, huh?
Right. And it's true though. It's true.
It is.
Because you can feel, not only you can feel, but you can hear the compassionate in the tone, in the words that they speak, on how they dialect, you know what I'm saying? On how they even put it in position. You know what I'm saying? Again, it goes
even
to
approach it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Let's tackle the positive first. Let me uplift you. And then deal with the negative.
Deal with the negative.
But my negative is not to bring you down.
And you come in swinging, I'm gonna take everything you got.
Right.
Sorry. Nelly, you come swinging, I'm gonna back your ass. No, but I'm getting back to being holy. No, but for real, you know, it's amazing that I can have this level of conversation, or you can have these type of conversations as your body gets better. And I mean, it's not something that takes a long time. Like, I feel this way, it's only been 24 hours. I can't imagine how it's gonna feel 5 days from now. So for people that feel intimidated to just start, what encouragement would you give them to even kind of just believe in themselves and have a little faith that maybe I can stop or quit this? Where do they begin?
So I had a girl that came in and she was very self-conscious about her body, right? And the thing is that she's a friend of mine. So why are you scared?
Yeah.
Why are you scared that I'm even going to judge you? When first you came here because you're for help.
Yeah.
You know, that's like you go into a hospital and you don't want to tell them all about your history.
Because you scared they're going to judge you.
Right. But how can I really help you?
If I don't know.
Right. You want me to do a blood work and have to do this and have to do this and have to do that?
But I don't know what's hurting.
Right. So let's tackle the problem. And the thing is that even if you don't know what exactly the problem is, because again, you're in that dark place, right? You're self-conscious, you have low self-esteem and all these other things. Let's look at the characteristics of everything else that's going on
around you.
So that way I can say, okay, 1 + 2 does equal 3.
So this is why.
Right. And then we can go ahead and get to some of the root of it. I'm here to be your coach. I'm your friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help you. I'm not here to down
tell
you.
You're doing bad or whatever the case may
be.
Right.
Right.
See, and that's the thing. I think a lot of this whole body contouring industry, and this is just my opinion, I see a lot of women doing it, and I'm not saying I know everybody, but your heart in doing it is so different than what I've seen, just because you actually care about the emotional well-being as well as the physical, because those two things are really tied together. And I think the society is starting to try to break away the two with these fast, quick BBLs and things like that. And ultimately, it's hurting us more than it's helping us, because we're not getting to the nature of the problem, what's really happening.
See, the thing is that even with surgery, if you decide to go that route, you know, it's fine. But what is your mindset going in and going out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we look at Instagram and we look at Facebook and we look at the cover of magazines and we look at all of these celebrities and all this stuff, you know, they say sex sells. Well, yes, it does.
It does.
It does, right? So we have a formality of in our mind of, okay, this is how I want to be looking, how I want to structure. That's fine.
Yeah.
But what are you doing with that though?
Yeah.
Are you doing it to be healthy, or are you just doing it for attention?
Just for attention.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest difference. That's the biggest difference. Am I doing it because I want longevity, because I want to be here for my children?
Yeah.
Are you doing it because you want to be able to be a grandmother, or you know what I'm saying, or live for your family and make those dynamic changes? Or are you doing it because you want to be seen and you want to be on the scene, you want to be outside, sis?
Ooh.
Because you're gonna get old one day.
You gonna get old now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of that. Quick money leads you to a quick death.
Hello, somebody. And quick success leads you to bad sex. I don't know. That just seemed like it fit. I don't know. It just, listen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about Sculpted by Tracey and just contouring your whole mind, body, and soul. So, like the whole thing. Like,
beauty from within.
Beauty from within. We'll be back in a minute. I know that's right. 101 TKO Radio, we're back in the building. Shout out to everybody listening. I'm looking at that listener count. I hope my mama out here listening. Hey, mama. My mama called me this morning and told me I had to play Snoop Dogg. She's like, I need you to play Snoop D.O.P.E. I said, you know what, Mom?
You G.
Yeah. I got you, Mary. I got you, Mary. So listen, let's get back in the lab. Got a few more minutes. So we were talking about health and wellness. Sculpting your mind, body. It was something you just said you want to talk about. I had to remember. I just forgot real quick. Dang. Because we was talking about something.
It be getting good
It
off
be getting
air
good
for real.
off air. Like, y'all
we still be talking.
We still be talking going in. So as far as like just overall empowering yourself.
Oh, live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Yes.
We're talking about living in the moment.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes what happens is that you can drag yourself, not even knowing it, because you're just going, you're moving. And what happens is you're tiring yourself out. So you have to find that balance. You know, you have to find that balance to say, you know what, I have to take a moment out for myself. And that's when you come down to, after you take off all those caps and you take off all and everything else, you know what I'm saying? You're leaving yourself bare and you're saying, okay, let me just single in on myself and let me just take a breather.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to kind of take in life, you know, and all of that comes with, of course, you know, with clarity in your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not the stimulation part of it, but the freeness of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To allow your mind to disengage and saying, let's just rest for a moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's really heavy to me because I'm always on the go.
I used to be like that too.
And recently I was like, Chelsea, have you just realized that you be going all the time and you're always high energy? And it wasn't until I think I really just burnt all the way out. Like, it's levels to burnout.
It is.
It's levels.
We talking about the wipeout. That's what it is. When all you want to do is just lay down.
And don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah. Don't even want to hear no noise.
Don't want to hear nothing.
Y'all, I've gotten to a point where, and I'm trying to get better. I stopped watching TV.
I feel you.
And even my kids, when they see, look, I'll turn the TV on and they'll be like, you watching TV? It ain't nothing going on, y'all.
It's nothing.
But, you know, little by little, I'm trying to get into a place of doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've gotten to a place I was so burnt out and so tired. I didn't want to hear nothing.
Overstimulated by everything. You know what? I don't know who need to hear this, but this is a very real thing. We talk about being overstimulated. There's a difference in being burnt out and wiped out.
Right.
I mean, I was wiped out completely to the point where I realized I have to do something that's so drastic from what I've ever done that when you came to me and you were like, hey, which I got to point out, y'all, she gave me these services complimentary. Now, for those of you out there that don't understand how valuable that is, number one, thank you, because you gave me a chance to change my life when I really needed it. But as a Black female entrepreneur, so many times I feel like people have their hand out for money and they've lost the value of relationships.
Right.
And loving what you do. Like, you love what you do enough to say, hey, I'm investing in this person. I'm going to give her these services because I know what I have to offer. So, you know, let's talk about just being an entrepreneur. How has that journey been for you? Just, you know, not starting out, but just overall. Because what you do is purposeful, more purposeful than I think some of the average entrepreneurs.
So you have your highs and your lows, right? I would say that I'm still growing. You know, I feel like I have not even scratched the surface. So I pretty much came out the gate where basically I moved to Atlanta, and 2 months afterwards, I said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and start a business. And I went ahead and did that. Now, it's very difficult. I have no family, no friends,
She really did. Like, she hit me with Facebook. I was like, I'm coming. I'm like, all right.
Right. And this was like months
ago. Yeah.
This was months before I even got here.
I want to say it's almost a year or so ago. I feel like, yeah,
it was. And I kept saying, hey, I'm coming to town. I'm going to go look at this place. We're going to link up. But see, the thing is that even when we had first correspond, it wasn't even talking some business stuff.
It wasn't. I was crying on Facebook and she put it, I was crying about people.
Didn't even know her.
She didn't even know me. And she jumped in my inbox, was like, sis, I just want to encourage you and let you know it's going to be okay. And from that time, we stayed locked in. And here she is. That's real right there. That's women are dope right there, like for real. And people ask me why I'm not bringing more women. I only want women on my show who are truly dope. And I mean, I'm not saying that all women aren't dope in their own way, but this lane that we're in right here, where body, mind, soul, and purpose meet entrepreneurship, that's something that is just outside of this world. So consider it winding down. Tell me where they can find you, where they can book with you, what to expect from you. Let us know where the people can find Sculpted by Tracey.
So you can go on my website, which is www.sculptedbytracey.com. And Tracey is spelled Tracey.
Yes.
Or you can follow me on Instagram, which is sculpted_by_Tracey. You can also follow my other page, which is Tracey, the CEO, which is Tracey, Tracey _ the CEO.
Thanks.
And I'll be coming out on my YouTube channel as well. So you guys look forward to that, where I'll be talking about fitness. I'll be talking about wellness, women, entrepreneurship, travel, food, everything under the sun. And as well as follow Golden Physique, you guys, which is the hottest. What I say, the hot, what is it? Hot like fire. Hey,
hot like my ex breath.
Y'all ever seen Making the Band?
I did. Hot like fire.
Dylan. Check out Golden Physique Fitness Apparel, guys. We have so many things we're working on. Spring 2023, look for our storefront where we're going to be having our pre-workout. Y'all, it's so many things we're working. Yo, I came to Atlanta to work, y'all.
She ain't playing.
I am not playing. Anybody that is interested, I'm all about women empowerment. I want to come out with my own 501c3 nonprofit organization, transitional housing. It's so many things that I have on the roster. So if you guys want to be on board,
that part,
hit me up, inbox me, let me know. You know, there's so many parameters. Look, it's enough out here for everybody to eat.
It is. It's not at our table. No, I'm just saying. And listen, y'all might see her as one of the headlining speakers on 2023's Women Are Dope. But we're going to leave that pause right there. We're going to see if she's up in the challenge. I'm pretty sure she will be.
I got you.
But anyway, lock and load. Thank you guys for listening. Max with the Smoke Show is up next on 101 TKO Radio. Y'all stay locked and loaded and have a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. We'll be back.
Yeah. That was dope.
That was